Think about how quickly things are changing. I mean, really changing.
It's pretty staggering, isn't it?
We've got artificial intelligence wading through legal documents, robots performing incredibly complex surgeries.
Yeah, and even drones buzzing around delivering our online orders.
Exactly. And it's all driven by this wave of innovation, AI, robotics, IoT, VRR, 3D printing.
It really reshapes entire industries.
So the future of jobs, it's going to be a wild ride.
Mm-hmm. And what's fascinating is that keeping pace, this technological leap, it isn't just about understanding the gadgets themselves.
Right,
it's more about equipping the next generation with a fundamentally different way of learning and thinking. We need to foster adaptability, ingenuity.
And that's precisely what we're digging into today. We've got a detailed report outlining a really forward-thinking educational partnership designed to do just that.
Right. We're going to explore the collaboration between Our Lady of Pillar Convent School in Jodhpur, India, and International STEAM Research, ISR, based in the USA.
Their focus is on an initiative that blends the power of AI with, hands-on STEAM learning.
That's the one.
Exactly. Our source for this deep dive is the Our Lady of Pillar Convent School Jodhpur Report 2022-25.pdf.
A pretty comprehensive look.
Yes. And for you, the learner, our goal is straightforward: to understand how this unique partnership is using a cutting-edge educational approach to prepare students for a future that will be deeply shaped by technology.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start at the beginning. What sparked this collaboration in the first place?
Well, the report really emphasizes the visionary leadership behind this. You have Sister Lucy Joseph, who heads the Sisters of Charity of St. Anne, and Sisters Pradipabin Pitterbai Solanki, the principal of Our Lady of Pillar Convent School.
Which was founded back in 2000, right?
That's right, nurturing young minds since then.
Yeah.
They clearly saw the need for a significant shift in how their students were learning.
This wasn't just a minor curriculum tweak, though.
Oh, definitely not. It sounds like they saw this as something much bigger, a way to create lasting change.
Yeah. The report mentions it being a catalyst for sustainable development by tapping into the potential of the students through STEAM.
Yes, STEAM. Let's quickly unpack that. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Right. So the core aim was essentially to cultivate future leaders. What specific abilities were they hoping to build in these students?
The report's very clear on this. They aim to equip students with critical thinking skills.
Okay.
The ability to analyze information, form reasoned judgments, also strong problem-solving capabilities, and essential technical know-how.
All crucial stuff for the 21st century.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't just about the nuts and bolts of technology, was it?
No, not at all.
Huh.
There's also a strong emphasis on sparking creativity and fostering innovation.
How does this kind of AI-powered STEAM program actually achieve that? It seems like a tall order.
Well, the learning and outcome frameworks they use are intentionally designed to cultivate an environment where students feel empowered to explore, experiment, even challenge conventional wisdom.
Okay, so giving them space.
Exactly. By engaging with real-world problems and having the space to try out different approaches, maybe fail sometimes. They're essentially learning how to transform abstract ideas into practical solutions.
Now, here's something that really stood out to me: the focus on building confidence and what they call dynamic leadership.
Mm-hmm.
How does a hands-on, tech-focused program like this nurture those kinds of qualities?
Well, by providing platforms for students to collaborate on projects, to present their findings, and really take ownership of their learning.
Right.
They naturally develop greater self-assurance. The process of working through challenges together, articulating their ideas, seeing their projects come to life, that builds that crucial belief in their own capabilities.
Which is fundamental to leadership, yeah.
Exactly.
And I was particularly interested in their commitment to breaking down barriers and promoting equity in STEAM fields. That's a really important goal, isn't it?
Absolutely vital. Our Lady of Pillar Convent School is intentionally creating an inclusive space where students can explore their interests in science, tech, engineering, arts, math.
Without limits.
Without being limited by societal expectations or, stereotypes. This focus on inclusivity is crucial for creating a more diverse and equitable future in these critical areas.
So this partnership with International STEAM Research, ISR, that seems to be the engine driving this transformation. What's so unique about their educational approach?
The report describes ISR's methodology as truly pioneering, one that's redefining modern education.
How so?
By placing a strong emphasis on sustainability, inclusivity, and this vital integration of different academic disciplines. Interdisciplinary excellence, they call it.
Interdisciplinary learning, we hear that term a lot, but how do they actually make those STEAM elements work together in practice?
They intentionally weave together science, technology, engineering, artistic processes, and mathematics
Okay.
in a way that's designed to foster what they call invention literacy.
Invention literacy.
Yeah, the ability to not just understand, but also to create and innovate. This approach is all about developing higher-order thinking skills. The report even makes a connection to Bloom's taxonomy, which categorizes different levels of thinking and the 4 C's of 21st century skills.
Critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication.
Exactly those.
Yeah.
The idea is to move students beyond just memorizing facts to actively applying and synthesizing knowledge.
So it's not just about absorbing information, it's about learning how to use that information effectively.
Precisely. The fundamental aim is to cultivate an inclusive learning environment where students actively investigate real-world challenges, conduct their own research, analyze information critically, and then collaborate with their peers to develop meaningful solutions.
So the journey of figuring things out, the process itself, is considered just as valuable as arriving at the final answer, maybe even more so.
Exactly. The report highlights that this experiential approach encourages active engagement and helps students develop crucial cognitive skills, all while making the learning process itself more enjoyable and impactful.
And they've even created dedicated spaces for this kind of hands-on learning, right? These happy zones or STEAM labs.
Yes, these are vibrant, dynamic environments, places where students can get their hands dirty, so to speak.
Right.
They can physically interact with materials, touch, feel, actually build things. This tangible experience helps them bridge the gap between theoretical concepts from textbooks and their practical real-world applications.
What are some of the key ingredients that make these happy zone approaches so effective? What's the secret sauce?
Well, the report points to several crucial elements. Collaborative learning, where students work together on authentic problems.
Okay.
Open-ended exploration, where trial and error is encouraged, without the fear of failure.
That's huge.
It is. And that interdisciplinary integration we discussed, connecting different subject areas for a more holistic and, frankly, nuanced understanding.
It sounds like this approach really resonates with some of the major shifts we're seeing in educational thinking, doesn't it?
That really does.
The report specifically mentions the National Education Policy 2020 in India.
It does, yeah. NEP 2020 strongly advocates for a more holistic, student-centered approach to learning, one that moves far beyond traditional rote memorization.
And experiential learning is key to that.
It's a central tenet of this national policy.
So NEP 2020 also emphasizes this idea of learning by doing and making those real-world connections.
Absolutely. The policy envisions learning that is interactive, participatory, and deeply grounded in real-world contexts. It encourages activities like simulations, role-playing, collaborative projects, that kind of thing.
And the report draws a direct line between what ISR is doing at the school and these national recommendations.
Yes, it clearly underscores how the ISR approach directly aligns with NEP 2020's key objectives: fostering practical knowledge, developing real-world skills, and shifting away from those traditional lecture-based methods.
Now, the report introduces something called the ISR 7E Learning Framework. Can you break that down? What's the thinking behind that?
Sure. This is ISR's specific pedagogical framework that guides the learning process. The 7 E's stand for encourage, explore, engage, experience, explain, evaluate, and elate.
Elate, interesting.
Yeah, it signifies the joy and satisfaction in learning. The report highlights its successful implementation at the school during the 2022-23 academic year. It provides a structured yet flexible roadmap for educators.
A roadmap to guide students through a full learning cycle.
Exactly.
And how did the students react to this 7E approach in the classroom? What was the feedback?
Overwhelmingly positive, according to the report. Learners were highly motivated, deeply engaged, genuinely enthusiastic during their STEAM sessions.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, the hands-on nature really helped them develop those essential 21st century skills. But also, importantly, it ignited a real passion and curiosity for STEAM fields.
The report also outlines an ISR outcome framework. What kind of results or attributes does that focus on developing? It sounds broader than just academic skills.
It definitely is. This framework goes beyond just measuring academic performance. It outlines a broader set of desired outcomes. Things like fostering creativity, enhancing communication, developing critical thinking, nurturing curiosity, promoting compassion, encouraging commitment, valuing culture, driving research-driven learning, building resilience.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
Also ensuring relevance in learning, connecting to real-world tasks, instilling respect, cultivating a mindful approach, and ultimately developing students into meaningful problem solvers.
That's a pretty comprehensive vision for student development. And the student response to this framework was also positive.
The report emphasizes a remarkably positive response. You see visible enthusiasm, active participation, significant growth, not just in skills, but also in their overall confidence as learners.
Okay, so we understand the vision, the approach, the frameworks. How has this actually been put into action on the ground at the school? What kinds of activities are the students involved in day to day?
Well, the report details several key aspects of the practical implementation. They started with informative orientations for parents.
Getting buy-in.
Exactly, ensuring everyone understood the program's goals and methods. The core of the initiative is this dynamic, hands-on methodology rolled out strategically over 5 years.
5 years, okay. Allowing for refinement.
Yes, continuous refinement and adaptation.
And what's the scale of this? How many students and educators are involved?
It's significant. In the 2022-23 academic year, 1,748 students spanning grades 1 through 12 actively participated.
Wow, across the whole school, basically.
Pretty much. And this was supported by a dedicated team of 8 to 10 facilitators guiding the learning. The report gives similar figures for the following years, showing consistent engagement.
The report also includes data on the number of actual learning sessions delivered. That gives a real sense of the program's intensity, doesn't it?
It does, yes. In 2022-23, for example, they delivered 25 hands-on activity sessions for the foundation stage, grades 1-2, 0.28 sessions each for preparatory, grades 3-5, and middle grades 6-8, and 27 sessions for the secondary stage, grades 9-12.
So consistent contact time across all levels.
That's right. These numbers provide a concrete picture of an emphasis on experiential learning across all age groups.
And it wasn't solely focused on in-person, hands-on activities, was it? The report mentions virtual and research elements, too.
Correct. They integrated other platforms. The Hudinar platform, for instance, facilitated 3 virtual inquiry and research-based sessions in 2024-25, involving 13 student participants. Plus, the ISR Papers platform provided an avenue for student research.
So they actually published papers?
Yes, 13 students participated, and 3 research papers were published in 2024-25. It shows a commitment to both practical skills and academic inquiry.
And they even utilize specific educational kits tailored for different age groups. That suggests a very structured approach.
Absolutely structured and thoughtful. The report lists a diverse range of kits. You've got foundational tools like the Formation Kit, Cube Kit.
For the younger ones.
Right. Then more advanced resources like the XP Kit, Bridge Kit, E-Kit, Muse Kit, and even sophisticated technologies like humanoids, educational drones, UAVs, AR cubes, BBC microbits, and the ISR microbot.
So the tools get more complex as the kids get older.
Precisely. It ensures the learning experiences are age-appropriate and progressively build on students' understanding.
It really sounds like they're intentionally bringing cutting-edge technology into the classroom in a way that's both engaging and educational, not just tech for tech's sake.
Exactly. And the learning extends beyond the regular classroom, too. They have dedicated events and platforms to enhance skills and showcase talents.
Okay, tell me more about that. The Da Vinci Soccer Bot Championship sounds particularly interesting. Robotics and soccer.
Yeah, it sounds fun, doesn't it? This event, held in 2023-24, involved 174 students from grades 6 to 8.
Wow, quite a few.
It was. And the tagline, by the students, with the students, for the students, really captures the spirit of student ownership and collaboration.
So the kids ran it.
To a large extent, yes. Leading up to the championship, they held workshops focusing on entrepreneurship, branding, and of course, the nitty-gritty of robot building.
So it was much more than just a robot soccer tournament then. It wasn't just about winning.
Oh, much more. It was a holistic learning experience designed to develop crucial skills in robotics, teamwork, problem solving, even sportsmanship. Students were responsible for designing, building, coding their own robots to compete. That fosters a deep sense of engagement and accomplishment, win or lose.
And then there's Musevention. What's the core idea behind that event? The name is intriguing.
Musevention, yeah. It took place in 2024-25, had 118 student participants from grades 3 through 12, and attracted around 2,000 attendees.
2,000 attendees, that's huge.
It really is. It's a fascinating blend of muse representing inspiration and creativity with invention. It served as a platform for students to showcase futuristic prototypes they developed.
And these prototypes were aligned with NEP 2020.
Yes, all aligned with the principles of the National Education Policy 2020.
What kind of innovative ideas did the students come up with? Any examples?
The report highlights a really diverse array. Inventions addressing challenges in areas like energy conservation, traffic engineering, aerospace tech, disaster mitigation. Really impressive stuff.
How did they prepare for that?
They participated in workshops focusing on the innovation and invention process itself, reverse engineering, branding strategies, and importantly, effective communication techniques to explain their ideas.
You also mentioned the Hutnar platform earlier. What role does that play in this whole ecosystem?
Right, Hutnar. Implemented in 2024-25 with 13 students from grades 7 to 9 participating in 3 sessions. It's designed to cultivate critical thinking skills
Okay.
and provide a space for students to articulate and present their ideas to a wider audience. The sessions involve semi-formal discussions on thought-provoking topics like the art of problem solving.
So like a moderated discussion forum.
Kind of, yeah. And students had the opportunity to create video presentations which were then shared on the hutnar.com platform.
It sounds like a fantastic way to empower students to share their perspectives beyond just their school. Real-world communication.
Precisely. And building on that, the ISR Papers platform offered a further opportunity for those same 13 students.
The ones from Hutnar.
Yes, to take their ideas and research to the next level by publishing collaborative research papers following their Hutnar sessions.
Giving their work international visibility. That's amazing for school kids.
It really is. Great recognition.
All of this sounds incredibly beneficial for the students, clearly. But what kind of impact has this whole partnership had on Our Lady of Pillar Convent School itself as an institution?
The report outlines a really significant positive impact. It's elevated their overall educational standards, for one.
Okay.
It's positioned them as a leader in innovative learning methodologies. It's ensured their students are exceptionally well prepared for the future with these cutting-edge modules.
So it enhances the school's reputation.
Absolutely. Furthermore, it's enhanced the entire learning experience, provided valuable global exposure, boosted the school's reputation within the community, and even served as an inspiration to other schools.
That's a substantial list of advantages. And the report even includes some direct feedback from the parents and the students themselves, doesn't it? Always good to hear those voices.
It does, yes. The feedback from parents highlighted things like their children's increased engagement in learning, their excitement about new technologies, and the positive impact of events like Musevention and those hands-on activities in the Happy Zone. Many noted it had significantly fostered their children's curiosity.
That's fantastic. What about the students? What were their key takeaways from participating in these programs?
The students' feedback conveyed a really strong sense of pride in their school, which is lovely to see.
Yeah.
Genuine enjoyment of the Happy Zone and the experiential approach. Appreciation for the principal's efforts in bringing these opportunities to them.
And they saw the value for their future.
Yes. Many students expressed the belief that these experiences would be incredibly valuable for their future academic pursuits and eventually their career paths.
It's always so valuable to hear directly from those who are most impacted. Now, ISR seems to be involved in more than just this specific partnership in Jodhpur. What else are they doing in the broader educational landscape?
That's right. The report mentions ISR holds ISO certification and has received several awards for their innovative work.
Okay, so they're recognized players.
Yes. They've established strategic partnerships with numerous universities, both in India and internationally. Also collaborations with leading thinkers and prominent tech companies like Google, IBM, Adobe, Artec.
Big names.
They also have government recognition and are actively involved with international organizations like the Association for Experiential Education in the USA, and they contribute to multiple UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Wow, okay. So schools that partner with ISR, like Our Lady of Pillar Convent School, they benefit from this extensive network and credibility then.
Absolutely. The report emphasizes that partner schools often gain positive media attention, and their alignment with the principles of NEP 2020, facilitated by ISR's expertise, further strengthens their standing and reputation.
And ISR offers a range of other programs and initiatives beyond what's currently being implemented at this particular school. It's not a one-size-fits-all package.
Correct. They have a portfolio of offerings, things like the Da Vinci Innovation Camp, broader programs built around the Musevention and Da Vinci Soccer Bot Championship formats,
Right.
the Hutnar and Papers platforms as standalone programs, plus initiatives focused on leadership development like FLY, Future Leader in You, and their general experiential learning program called Life XP.
The report even includes a pretty detailed FAQ section addressing common questions about their approach. Were there any of those that you found particularly helpful in understanding the core principles?
Several were quite illuminating, actually. For example, they address how experiential learning aligns with constructivist pedagogy.
The idea that learners actively construct knowledge.
Exactly, through experience, rather than passively receiving it. They also clarify that students can join their STEAM programs at any stage of their education.
So you don't have to start in first grade.
No, and that student voice and choice are integral, allowing them to influence their learning journey.
That's a really important point. It's not a rigid system where everyone follows the exact same path. It's adaptable.
Very adaptable. They also emphasize how this approach makes learning more meaningful by directly connecting it to students' prior knowledge and real-world situations.
And what about resources? Do schools need super expensive labs?
Well, while they utilize their specialized ISR kits, they also explicitly encourage the use of locally available resources, making it more adaptable to different contexts and budgets.
What about catering to the diverse range of learning styles that you find in any classroom? How does it handle that?
The report highlights that experiential learning naturally encourages independent reflection, which can cater to various preferences. Plus, facilitators are trained to customize learning experiences.
To meet individual needs.
Yes, and to address the diverse backgrounds and cultural contexts of their students.
There was also a question I saw about whether theoretical understanding still plays a role in this very hands-on approach. Is it all just doing?
No, and they're clear about that. They explicitly state that theoretical concept formation is indeed essential.
But how does it happen?
It occurs through reflection on the hands-on experience. Students review and redefine their existing understanding in light of what they've just done and observed. It's a cycle. Do, think, learn.
And how does this approach differ from simply engaging in learning by doing? Is there a difference?
There is a crucial distinction: the element of reflection. Experiential learning involves not just actively participating, but also consciously absorbing, applying, and then critically reflecting on the knowledge gained.
So that reflective piece is key.
Absolutely key to deeper understanding and retention.
It sounds like the facilitator plays a really critical role then in guiding that reflective process for the students. They're not just supervisors.
Not at all. They're guides. The facilitator needs to thoughtfully plan learning experiences that connect to real life, ensure they're meaningful for each learner.
And they get support for that.
Yes, ISR's research and development team provides significant support to facilitators in this planning process. They're not left on their own.
Good to know. And how is student progress and understanding assessed within this kind of dynamic learning environment? It can't just be multiple choice tests.
Definitely not. Assessment is ongoing and multifaceted. They use research journals where students document their learning,
Okay.
gather feedback from facilitators based on observations of engagement, collaboration, problem solving. They track skill application.
What about peer feedback?
Yes, they encourage peer and self-assessment too. And all of this culminates in an annual assessment using their proprietary ISR CRM XP360 rubrics.
A 360-degree view. Finally, the report touches on the key differences between a traditional science lab and one of these STEAM labs or happy zones. What are the fundamental distinctions there?
That's a good point to clarify. The report emphasizes that a traditional science lab typically focuses on a single scientific discipline, often about validating existing concepts, sometimes relying heavily on memorization.
Right. Follow the instructions, get the expected result.
Pretty much. In contrast, a STEAM lab, or happy zone, is intentionally designed to integrate multiple disciplines, STEAM.
To solve real problems.
Yes, to encourage students to develop creative solutions for real-world problems. It fosters collaboration, design thinking, and prepares them for future technologies.
And the environment itself is different.
Very different. The learning environment in a happy zone is specifically described as joyful, integrated with the arts, activity-based, fun, collaborative, inquiry-driven, and very much student-centric.
So bringing this all together, after digging through this report, what's the most significant takeaway from our deep dive into the Our Lady of Pillar Convent School story?
I think the report offers a really compelling blueprint for future-focused education. It shows the power of a strategic partnership, like the one with ISR, and their AI-powered STEAM experiential learning approach.
It's about more than just teaching subjects in isolation.
Exactly. It's about cultivating a dynamic way of thinking, problem-solving, innovating, and hopefully a lifelong love of learning.
And the advantages for the students appear to be substantial. We're talking development of those crucial 21st century skills, nurturing their creativity and innovative spirit, and a real preparedness for a world that is constantly and rapidly evolving.
Precisely. It's about equipping them not just with knowledge, but with adaptability, problem-solving prowess, the confidence, the leadership qualities needed to thrive in an age defined by continuous technological advancement.
So, here's a final thought for you, the learner, to chew on. Considering the evident success of this educational model in Jodhpur, what broader lessons can be drawn for education systems globally? Systems striving to equip their students with the essential skills and the right mindset to navigate and flourish in this era of AI and relentless tech progress.
Yeah, and maybe what might be the next exciting chapter in the evolution of this kind of hands-on experiential learning? Where does it go from here?
Definitely some food for thought.